Good morning, everybody. My name is Bart Winkler. Going to be with you here on this Friday edition of the show, March 10. We are recapping the Bucks win over the Nets C squad. We beat Start over. Let's roll the tape. We beat Boston's B squad a couple of weeks ago. This was Brooklyn's C squad. For whatever reason, they didn't play the starters at all in the second half. I don't know why. If somebody knows why, please tell me. Maybe Jack Vaughn will say afterwards. But Bridges played 12 minutes, Seth Curry 11, Harris 10, Finney Smith 11, and the bench guys got a bunch of minutes. So the bench scored 85 points or so, most that any bench has scored this season. But all those guys played starters minutes, which was odd. So all the Nets scoring came off the bench. Bucks, had a big lead again, some 20-some points, and then the Nets crawled back, and the Bucks had to seal it. So we've seen that a few times. We are live here in Hemp Quarters. Happy Place Hemp is the background for my YouTube, their lobby, happyplacehemp.com. The promo code is Bart. A reminder, the promo code is Bort if you want the 25% off and Admirals tickets. The promo code is Bort. There's only so many Admirals tickets that are available. I think 10 2-packs. 10 pack, 10. Jeez, I should start this whole show over. The Bucks won. Want to talk about that? Maybe some college hoops. A lot of people are already panicking about what the Packers got back in return for Aaron Rodgers. As of this taping, he hasn't been traded. So people are panicking about that. But I do like to start with the Bucks because the Bucks game ends, and that's when I see who's up and wants to talk a little basketball or sports in general. So, again, Bucks get the lead and the win, 118-113. They've won, 17 of 18 now. They've been very dominant. This was the Brook Lopez game. No Tech Ben had a good tweet. Brook Lopez is the greatest. Star teammates are resting, so I'm going to dominate guy right now in the league. Brook Lopez tonight, 10 of 20 shooting, 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 blocks. 9 blocks, the highest by one single person at any time this season in the NBA, and also the most that he's ever gotten in his career. 9 blocks for Brook Lopez. A very impressive night for him. Middleton did struggle. Everyone's going to look at that. He was 5 for 19. Shot a lot maybe when he didn't need to. So if you want to have a Middleton conversation, go hit an old episode because we've done that plenty of times. Not just on the fan, but on these shows, we've been doing that a lot. And Portis with 28, someone had to score. Grayson Allen with 19. Talk about Bucks. I said we talk a little college basketball as well. Tim Shea was in Chicago for the Badgers' loss to Ohio State on Wednesday. But Ohio State won against Iowa. So now people are re-arguing the Badgers back. They're not making the tournament, right? We settled on that, Tim Shea, who once again has joined me on mute.
I don't know.
Oh, you're there.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I thought I'd be joining you not from my home. There's my bag that was packed for 5 days, but I only stayed one night. Thank you, Wisconsin. I mean,
you're like you packed for a trip, and then you were like the first person kicked off Survivor.
I know.
Like you pack the whole time, and then they do the one challenge right away, Big Brother 2, where they plan their whole summer they're going to be gone, and then within the first 3 hours they're just like, no, you're home. The game has started. And
I didn't even.
This sucks.
I don't think I spent like 8 hours in my hotel. It was literally drop my bag off, take my bag up.
So did you have fun? I mean, it was a pretty pro Wisconsin crowd, but they lost and probably lost.
I mean, I had as much fun as I could. I don't think they'll make the tournament, but I mean, all these bubble teams are losing, and it's a weak bubble this year. So
yeah, the fact that the Badgers are even still
Seth Everett, was it, who said, "Don't count the Badgers out quite yet. They still have that quad one win-loss record is in their favor."
I don't think you're thinking of Seth Everett. You're either thinking of Seth Davis
Thank
Doug
you.
Gottlieb or
Seth Davis.
You're not thinking about Seth Everett,
no.
My guy.
Yeah. Seth Davis. So I mean, I'm not holding my breath. I don't think they're going to make the tournament. They'll probably make the NIT tournament. The showing that they had yesterday in the first half was pathetic. They didn't look like a team that really wanted to be in the tournament. Yeah, they made a comeback, but God, down 27. They went on two like 11-0 runs, and still was down, 8 at
I
one
want to
point.
start a new
So,
segment called "Stupid Fucking Question,"
go ahead.
which I can do here. We can swear.
Yes.
I don't want to abuse that privilege, but we can swear because, sometimes when you say something, people will go, well, that's a stupid fucking question. So let's play that game. I've got two of them.
All right.
And the point of stupid fucking question is it's going to sound like a stupid fucking question, but it's not. It's like, how Paul does and they're like good thought out questions.
Mm-hmm.
These are questions that sound dumb, but then if you think about them, there's some legs to them. So, stupid fucking question.
Like my Super Bowl question.
No, that was
A stupid fucking question. Go ahead.
Should the Badgers decline a bid to the NIT if they get
Shut
accepted?
up. No.
This is what people are talking about.
I know. And Greg Garda's talking about that too.
This is what Badger fans are talking about. Most Badger fans that I've seen say decline it because we just don't want to see them play.
I mean, sure.
You play when you get extra games. You play.
Yes.
You're not too proud. This Badger team is not too proud to avoid the NIT.
Agreed. Yeah. Take the NIT bid and go. Who knows? Hell, Marquette was in the NIT like 4 years ago. So there are good teams in the NIT.
And the Badgers, they're a few years without a championship. Remember, in 2020, ESPN simulated them as the national champions during the COVID year.
Yes, I have my COVID year shirt, national championship.
All right, here's another stupid fucking question.
Go ahead.
Would it have been better for Marquette to lose to get the extra rest?
No.
Marquette beats St. John. St. John's a team that is sort of battling to get on the bubble.
Well,
but we'll not get there.
Yeah, no, just you play to win. You play to win the game.
So is Wisconsin, Greg says Mississippi State and Wisconsin are two teams bubble watching by beating Marquette early in the season. Is that the only thing that's keeping Wisconsin alive is that they beat Marquette?
They beat Marquette. They beat Penn State twice. They beat Iowa. I mean, they have some good wins. It's just that their losses are they lost to Wake Forest, which was bad, and also their net rating. What's hurting them is Green Bay. Green Bay is dead last in the net. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So, I mean, God.
You know what I've decided? I've decided this right now. People ask, like, why don't you talk more on Marquette? Actually, one person only ever asked that. I'm not going to start taking Marquette seriously until they stop ducking the Panthers. Straight up.
I know. They ducked them when I was there.
Badgers play UWGB all the time and the Panthers all the time. Mm-hmm. Stop ducking them. Until you play the city across the street from you, stop ducking them. All right, so I did watch I watched actually some college basketball today. Saw the Marquette game again. I don't know what's best for them. Is it best to win the Big East? You want to win, but if they don't, you want to win the tournament. So.
Yeah, just play the games. I mean, if they win the Big East, they could be a 2 seed.
But I don't know what the difference is between 2 and 3.
Well, I mean, a better opponent in the first.
But you never know. I mean, you never know.
Or a weaker opponent if you're the 2 than the 3. I mean.
So are we going to be out here though as Wisconsin fans rooting for Ohio State? Because if they win the tournament, that's an auto bid.
No,
I don't think there's any conversation to be had about Wisconsin making the tournament. Just to be clear,
maybe just a little. All these bubble teams keep losing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So then you just reset. Now Penn State did win earlier last night. If you're listening this morning, but Penn State did beat Illinois. So that was kind of a win and get in. If Penn State would have lost, then I probably would have I would have been 50-50 on the Badgers.
Rutgers beat Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's out. Michigan's done. That was kind of a winning in, lose, and you're holding your breath. So, yeah, these bubble teams just keep losing. North Carolina lost. I wish Mississippi State played Florida, I believe, earlier and won. If Mississippi State would have lost, then we would be holding our breaths on Sunday, saying, "Oh." And if the Badgers do make the tournament, they could easily win a game or two. Go back and look at their schedule, look at their losses, look at the last second losses: Kansas, Purdue, Northwestern twice, Nebraska. Like, I just named five games that you lost by 2 or 3. So
well, we'll see. I'm going to bring in Hot Take Jake in a minute. I do want to just say Zach in the Falls says he's a Keppel gummies deep. Time for bed. Like and subscribe. The gummies he's talking about, Happy Place Hemp. As you see, I'm at Hemp Quarters. HappyPlaceHemp.com. The promo code is Bart. 25% off every order. Every order on any product, no matter how many times you order, you get 25% off. Right now, and a handful of people have used it. I don't have the exact number. I'll find it for you. But I still think that if you want Admirals tickets, you can use the code BORT. That's right. Bart works, but the code BORT also gets you a pair of Admirals vouchers. As Happy Place Hemp is now a partnership with the Milwaukee Admirals. Was that you that used BORT, Jake?
Huh?
Did you use BORT? Promo code BORT?
You guys were talking about college basketball. I think I fell asleep. Yeah, I re-upped my gummy supply today, or yesterday, I should say.
With promo code BORT?
With the Bort man coming in the clutch.
Look at you.
Although I feel a little bit betrayed. I heard a commercial for Happy Place Hemp for the Drew and fucking KB show.
Yeah, they sponsor. They're free to sponsor whoever they want.
Oh man, that's seems like ultimate betrayal to me.
Well, I actually joined after they were with them. So,
well, you know what, Bart? That's still.
But
your
hey,
sponsor.
Jake, this is what I would say to you. Let's get more people using that promo code Bart to show them that this basement podcast, although I'm in Hemp Quarters,
and
can outdo a statewide show.
I'll be honest with you. I do just kind of like to support the show. So I try different things. The gummies were never really my thing. After trying them, their shit is fucking legit. Okay. I'm just calling it like I see it, man. So, yeah, check them out if you haven't. Cause yeah, if you need to just kind of chill, bro, you're good with Happy Place Hemp.
Can I tell you what I did the other night?
Let's hear it.
So I had a THCO.
Yeah. The strawberry.
Very tasty.
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
I was wondering if it was like, I'm one of these guys that takes a puff and immediately is like, am I high? So I was wondering all night if it was working. And then I took a couple of the nighttime ones also. And then the next day I was like, whoa, I was feeling pretty good last night.
Yeah, it's strange because you just you don't get those the hallucinations like you're high, but you just feel like you're kind of floating.
You feel good. You feel relaxed.
Yeah, man.
And for an anxiety-ridden fellow like myself,
yeah, you got to take a load off every now and then. Especially
my anxiety bleeds off me to the point where, like I said, when I went to the doctor, they asked if they wanted to up my medicine, like before we even started talking about my medicine. Like I must have just been like.
Well, that's the thing, man. That the healthcare system, they're just a bunch of drug dealers anyways. So, but yeah, I mean, you need to take a load off and relax after watching this Bucks team every now and then. Because I said it in the comments.
Chris Middleton challenge.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. Here's how this works. Every time Chris Middleton randomly has like a 20.5,
and that's not take Jake. Tell him what he's won. You've won Happy Place Hemp THCOs. And you've also won a pair of Admirals tickets. Plus, you've won not the Omaha Steaks package, but when you buy Omaha Steaks, it also comes with a bunch of different coupons and flyers, like $100 off HelloFresh and $40 off some wine service. You've won all of those.
That's going to be next on the list, man. I got to get my meat game going. But I'm just saying, if a certain individual on the team happens to have like a nice 20.5 rebound game, like a guy that makes $37 million a year, you expect him to every now and then. My mentions just blow the hell up, just left and right. So if that same player that makes $37 million a year goes, 4 for 19, don't I get to now just blow all of you assholes up and be like, well, what the hell? And let's be clear.
I want to have a constructive conversation about this.
I'm totally
because this is the conversation I want to have, because and it will be about Chris Middleton, but I've already discussed this a little bit, but I do think that it's a good conversation. Like, he did not play well tonight. He shot it a lot and didn't make shots. Did they need him tonight? He had 11 points. They had Bobby Portis for 28. They had Brooke almost with a triple-double with blocks. This Bucks team is very deep. I did have a comment. My guy Grant said, what did Grant say? Tonight was about Brooke, but Grayson was a dog tonight.
Grayson's the man. I love that guy.
Brent said, Marjan, no minutes in this game. Makes 0 sense. I do believe. But my question is, with Middleton, last year we did not have him, and we lost to the Celtics. This year, I don't think they need 35 minutes a game out of Middleton to beat Boston.
No, and here's
so
the
I
thing.
wonder is it 30 maybe? Is it 25? I don't think you need Chris Middleton. Everybody across the NBA, whenever they talk about the Bucks, rarely they say Giannis moved a ladder, he should go to prison. Or they say, well, Giannis like the Batman, which means Middleton's like the Robin. But Middleton's not the Robin. Drew's the Robin.
Well,
and then Brooke is the Robin, but Drew's the Robin. But Brooke's right there. Like, you could argue this season, the big three has been Giannis, Drew, and Brooke. And everything Middleton's doing, he's needed. You're not going to win a series without him if you're playing Boston. But how much of him do you need is what I wonder.
No, and I think coming off the bench was a great role for him, because you don't have to worry about trying to fit him into the offense. Like, you want him to try to look for his shots. It's usually you want a spark plug off the bench. And I want to make something clear. My issue is not with like Middleton, the player. He's a very good player. I was just, and still am, very hell-bent on giving him a long-term extension with the body that he has that's constantly breaking down. And now he's a well below average defensive player. You can't extend a guy like that for near max money. So that's always been my issue with Middleton. Even this year, I've said his offense will come around. I'm not worried about that. I am worried about him staying in front of anybody on the defensive end.
Let me, great points. Now let me just read some comments that are coming in about Tim. Jerry says, why is Tim eating his shirt? Dawson says, Tim, are you hungry? Tony says, Tim, are you high? Dawson says, Tim looks high AF. Bucky says, Tim is a few happy place hemps away from an awe darkness retreat. Jerry says, it looks like someone's running an experiment on Tim. Vedran said, Tim looks like Peter Griffin on acid.
Oh my God.
Come on, guys.
Total left turn. I got to give you props, Bart. For the first time ever, we had an entertaining Ryan Horvat appearance on your show. So kudos. The guy's losing his mind.
Why are you a big Horvat hater?
He's just weird. Like the Rodgers stuff is very strange to me. Like, the one thing that became very apparent to me, he's not a Packer fan. He's an Aaron Rodgers fan. And he says he is, but he then would like finish that thought with like just like the passive aggressive hate about Jordan Love. And like,
I think right now with Horvat, he doesn't like that we're just like throwing Rodgers out with the trash. Like Rodgers has had a great career here, and he did give us a Super Bowl, and there were a lot of great moments. And a lot of times I'll talk about the bad moments, but that like forest from the trees that we can reflect on later. It is time to move on.
Yeah, I think that the thing with Horvat is, what do they have at like the stages of grief? Right now, he's in the anger stage. You know, he needs to come to there's the negotiation stage, there's denial, anger. We need to get him to that acceptance, and then maybe he can come back to being a Packer fan and not a weirdo hippie fan.
Well, we'll see. I do want to talk about some of that a little bit. Jake, good to talk to you, buddy.
All right, take it easy, guys. Tim, good luck staying awake, pal.
Later, dude.
A lot of good Horvat compliments coming.
I will say this. I did not watch the Bucs game, and I'm going to have actually problems because I've now officially cut the cord. I now have YouTube TV. So either I'm going to have to pay for an app that may not exist in a month or so, or just start going out for every game.
Tim, I don't want to give away the bag here, but I don't bring you on for your Bucs analysis. So
I know.
If you
carry on,
no longer watch the Bucs, the show will change. None.
I know.
None of it will change.
Like I could go.
It will be the same show.
I could go on a 5-minute rant about the Bucs, like I watched the game, and you'd be like, "All right, now let's get to some of these Tim Shea comments."
The show will not change. Let me bring up the Rodgers stuff for a minute, just because the conversation now has tilted to trade compensation. It appears from what we're being told, from who we're being told by, the Packers and Jets have decided on a deal. And now it's up to Rodgers to say yes. And Rodgers is the kind of guy that if you give him like a nice thing of flowers, the next time you give him flowers, it's got to be bigger. And then with chocolate. And then with the little bear. Which is why I want to talk about real quick Sherry's Berry. Just kidding. I don't have them again.
God. Did you see my eyes just light up?
I don't know Sherry's Berry. Omaha Steaks, promo code Bart, $30 off at checkout. OmahaSteaks.com. I'm going to get that banner up for all y'all.
You
Omaha
might not
Steaks.
have Sherry's Berries, but I do. Sherry's Berries. Get them today.
They're good.
Yeah, they're all right.
It's like $50 for 12 berries, but they are good.
God, I can't believe I'm at home.
Yeah, well, the Badgers lost. No, let me do this Rodgers thing real quick. And
Okay.
If you guys want to talk about this, we can. And if you don't, I'll get off of it. But I did just want to say a couple things. Is that everybody's freaking out now about the compensation. The last report, well, there was an article from Sports Illustrated where the guy said that he surveyed personnel people across the league, and the most they could get for him is a third. Sauce Gardner was on his stream with other Jets, Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, saying that if Rodgers comes to the Jets, it will be package deals all over. I can't tell y'all who, but just know. So now people are trying to put together trades where Bakhtiari goes and Cobb goes and Lazard goes and Tunyon and whatever. What's going to be dumb about this time is if the Packers do trade Rodgers to the Jets. And credit Matt in the Falls. He reached out to me earlier today. One thing that we didn't talk about is with what's going on with Kirk Cousins. Maybe Rodgers does totally do Favre, spends a year with the Jets, somehow winds up a Viking. Who knows? Who knows?
He's not. He's not, because the Kirk is under contract, okay?
But you never know.
He's not, but go ahead.
Okay. Well,
Dreamland.
You never said that Rodgers is going to end up with the Jets 15 years ago.
Okay.
But if that happens, there could be players bouncing all over the place. I'm going to try to talk to Sparky next week when all of this goes down or whatever, because he seems to really be, and a lot of people are, I'm not criticizing him. I understand this point where a lot of people are like, we got to get a first for him. And you would think if you were ever going to trade Aaron Rodgers, it's Aaron Rodgers, right? It's first round pick, but you are not trading for, You're not trading for the last 18. You're trading for the future. And in the future, how good's Aaron Rodgers going to be? And also, who are the Jets bidding against? And the Packers, to say addition by subtraction is one thing because I don't want him here. I want Jordan Love to start. But the trade allows you to have Jordan Love start, to get out of this contract. It's almost like an NBA kind of trade, where guys try to get out of contracts. So there are more benefits to the Packers in trading Rodgers than just the compensation that comes back. Now, it still needs to be it can't be embarrassing. The league can't look at it and say, Aaron Rodgers went for a 5th next year and a 3rd this year. That's embarrassing. So Goody can't get embarrassed because that'll affect how he trades and how people trade with him in the future. So he's going to try to get whatever he can out of this deal. But I still think a 1st is in at some point. Maybe it's a 2nd, 1st if the Jets make the playoffs. I would be okay with that, I suppose. But I would be prepared to be disappointed in a trade package for Aaron Rodgers. That's what I would say.
So I've kind of been out of it since yesterday at 3:00 with the Aaron Rodgers stuff. I've been listening to stuff here and there and looking at stuff, but just kind of out of the whole thing. So he has he said yes, like he's good, and they're just trying to work out the financial and the trade and whatnot?
Yeah.
So okay. So there's no way that he'll say no. I'm coming back to Green Bay. Like
He's still good. He's still good.
Okay. So okay. All right.
He's still good. Tony's in Texas.
Hey, Tim, wake the hell up! I swear, is Seth Rogen in the room with you? Are you auditioning for Pineapple Express Part 2?
I'm wide awake, Tony.
What the hell's going on with you over there?
Tony, I am wide awake.
You come on Bart's show. You don't watch the Bucks. You bring back home a Badger loss. You don't know what's going on with Rodgers.
I told you. I said I can't watch anything. Bally's.
I thought Tim did a really good job with college basketball bubble breakdown. I really did.
Okay, so is there hope, Tim?
I mean, right now I'd say 30%. Yeah. Better than yesterday.
What's more likely, Rodgers a Packer or Badgers in the NCAA tournament?
Oh, Badgers in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, according to who? Seth Everett?
What's up, Tone?
Hey, all right. But hey, man, you know what? We talked this month.
Hey, before we begin, I have a question for Tony.
Oh boy.
Tony talks a lot about all these ladies, but you awfully do have a lot of time to jump on the Bart Winkler show.
Plan that around the Bart Winkler show.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair.
I plan that around the Bart Winkler show.
Fair. What's up?
Bored with that. We got issues. Hey, we talked about Brooke Lopez a few months ago, Bart, about this guy is having the best year of his as a Buck. And then he was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
Yeah, some of you fools wanted to trade him this offseason.
I wasn't one of them.
No, none of us here.
No. And he came back from the back surgery. I don't know what they did to his back, but that guy is amazing right now. And there's not many centers. I've said this before. There's not many centers in a league I would take over him right now. And for what Don Horst has done to get him. By the way, LeBron didn't want him in LA. That's why he went to the Bucks.
Lakers would be a lot better with Brooke Lopez than AD right now. Is that a hot take?
No, I actually agree with that.
AD sucks.
He doesn't play.
AD and Trae Young are the same cloth, where they have one good game that's like very amazing. And then you're like, wow, this guy's got it all. And then he's like, nah, fam, I'm just going to not be good.
And where does Kevin Durant stand in that family? KD, the guy's always hurt also.
Yeah, so he's out 2 to 3 weeks.
Hey, Tony, don't act like you watched the Bucks game tonight, by the way. You texted me earlier and said, where's the Bucks game? What channel is that?
Okay, this is what happened. Okay,
Tony?
This is what happened. You're right, Tim. TNT was supposed to broadcast it. I had the league pass. The league pass did not have it on the game.
TNT, as of last week, took that game off, put Warriors Grizzlies on. Bucks Nets ended up being a closer game, but I understand why they made that move clearly.
Well, I was caught in the dark. I didn't have the game at all. So luckily my nephew had the Bally's app and I got the Bally's app, Tim.
Okay.
I saw the little block party. Hey, a little criticism of the Bucks though. Why do they have the purple uniforms in a blue court?
I can't answer that for you, Tim. Would you like to answer?
What the
Yeah, you do you know why?
Do you know why?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I do too.
The court's under repairs.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not
Well,
know
they're
that.
playing on that dumb blue one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they play on the Marquette court? At least
They should at least bring back that fear the deer court. I like that court too.
Bring that old Mecca court that Kyrie didn't like.
That's
maybe
up in
you just have
Appleton.
one court. Like, we don't need more than one court.
Oh, there are some teams that have like 5. The Clippers.
You just said come to the Highbury on the 19th. What's on the 19th? West Ham? I'm going to be out of town on the 19th.
Our resident Liverpool fan does not like West Ham. Lois from Liverpool.
Well, West Ham stinks this year. What's
Shout
their
out.
problem?
Shout out to my Lois. Who's coming to America, by the way?
Oh,
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Tony, what else you got?
hey! I don't know if you got that Bobby Portis song handy, but Bobby Portis, man, you got Bobby, Brooke, and Giannis. Those 3 guys, that is some length, that is some size, that is trouble for the rest of the NBA. So when the Bucks are making shots, they're unbeatable. They got the inside game, they got the defense. You know, Jake and I are kind of becoming buddies now. Hot take, Jake. I do kind of agree. I am a little concerned about Middleton. I'm in the middle. I'm not I'm not worried about Middleton, but he does have to kind of string along some more consistency.
Dawson says, Bart, come to Summerfest in Milwaukee. You can stay at my crib.
Okay.
Dawson, I live in Milwaukee.
You're in fine right now.
Dawson, I probably live like 2 miles from you.
He is not in Sherwood.
Yeah, but I'm not that far away from any part of town.
Hey, I think you kind of ripped on me on your show today talking about Jimmy Haslam and people are worried about Jimmy Haslam.
No, all of that was directed at Paul Henning.
Oh, was that? Okay.
He's the one worried about Jimmy Haslam.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not.
Me neither.
Yeah, and let's finish here with the Packers since that is going to be big news. You know, Horvat's a super fan for Rodgers. I'm a Packer fan first. I love Aaron Rodgers, what he did. Ultimately, he didn't deliver what I thought he would when his career started, or after year 2 or 3. He didn't produce what we thought he would get to, and it is time to go. And if Jordan Love is just as good as Aaron Rodgers, or just a little bit worse, you got to move on.
Like my Rodgers stuff, and I've said I don't like him. I've said that many times, but it's not about that. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this offseason. I'm tired of all this stuff.
Is Rodgers good for your business, though?
I think Jordan Love would be good for business.
Yeah, a good Jordan Love is good for business. So if Jordan Love has a big year and we get to the playoffs, it's a win-win. Let's get some draft picks and
look who's contributing tonight.
What's that? Jordan?
National anthem singer Ben Tynai's back.
Oh, okay.
Ben says it's encouraging to see role players step up with Giannis out. Bobby and Brooke tonight, perhaps a recipe for a repeat.
Yeah, I don't even consider Brooke a role player at this point.
No, Brooke is part of the big 3.
He is very important. You're right. He is.
It's Drew, and Brooke and Giannis are 2023's big 3.
What's amazing is Brooke Lopez. You can make a case if Brooke Lopez has a couple more big years and the Bucks win 2 titles, he could be a Hall of Famer. This guy has just had a second.
Why are we arguing for Jokic win MVP for when Brooke's a better center?
Well,
all right, Tone. There's a couple things I want to play for Tim, so I'm going to cut you.
Okay, take care.
Love you, buddy.
Bye, Tony.
All right, I want to play 2 things for you.
Okay.
One, you may have seen this. Do you know who JD Pickle is?
I do not.
I don't either, but he's got a video, and it's quoted The way Graham Mertz is attacking spring ball is a good sign for the Florida Gator faithful. Here's JD Pickle on Graham Mertz. Once my internet works.
Also worth noting, they have been impressed with the way that he has attacked the work. And you say, yeah, okay, he's a quarterback. He should attack the work. You should be a guy who's, first in, last out kind of mentality. That should be your approach, right? Well, yes, but the reason why that's so important for Graham Mertz is because he is trying to not just win a position, he's trying to win over a locker room. Like, it's much more than just winning a position when you're the quarterback. You got to have the full support of your offensive line, your skill positions. Everybody has to believe in you because you are the coolest hand in the stadium on 4th and 1, or you need to be. You got to have some belief. Got to have your teammates bought into who you are. And you earn that kind of respect. You earn that kind of belief during spring practice. Because remember, Jack Miller, he's been there now for a year. His teammates know who Jack Miller is. There's no questioning about what he's bringing to the table, all right? They know he's a grinder. He's going to get in there and work. Graham Mertz following suit, going about his business, and attacking the work the way he is. I think that's going to pay dividends for them in the long term.
So it sounds like those in Gator Nation are getting hyped up about Graham Mertz. Tim, stupid fucking question. Will the Badgers regret letting Graham Mertz walk?
Stupid fucking question. So Saturdays I'll have to watch Florida Gator games, and Sundays I'm going to have to watch New York Jets. Sweet.
Tanner Mordecai is a stat monster.
Yes, he is.
You're going to love this guy. Let me play you one other thing, and then we'll get back to the
I love him already.
Whatever. So I was going through some old stuff. You want to do an old stuff segment?
Sure. Is it my scrub-a-dub?
No, it's long before that.
Okay. How long ago?
I found a sports update I did from 2014.
Ooh. So
from my first week at the Fan.
I was about to say, you were fresh. You were really fresh.
Do you want to hear it?
Let's hear it.
It's 2 minutes.
All right. Hey, let's hear it.
It was right around the time where the Badgers went to the Dodgers and swept them.
Did you guys do those live or were they recorded?
No, we did them live.
Okay.
Mine sounded so fucking great that you thought it was recorded.
I mean, would you guys when once you started getting into them, would you? Who was? What show was it that you were doing?
The Big Show.
Would they interrupt you, talk back and forth like some of these sports, or is it just you two?
No, but I like that.
You like the interaction when you're doing an update?
I don't think a sports update should be. Here's a little radio talk. I don't think you should say, all right, well, I'm going to take a break. Here's 2 minutes from the update desk. Oh, well, This happened. I think the update should be the host throws to the update anchor. The update anchor is hosting the segment. The host can then chime in if need be. You know who does that? Colin Cowherd's show. Now, I like it the way everyone does it because on CBS, it gives me more time to not work. Here's an update from 2014.
All right.
It is sponsored like crazy.
Let's hear it.
1 sec.
I just hope the Brewers had won.
Yeah. My brother texted me a screenshot of you and I saying, did you follow Tim and go full bald? Because when I put my hat up, it looks like I'm bald. Hey, if I'm going bald, that means you're going bald, jackass. I'm going to text him right now, you bitch. All right, here's my sports update from 2014.
All right.
WSSP.
The 1250 Milwaukee Sports Report starts right now.
From the Legends of the Field, WSSP Sports Update Studio, I'm Bart Winkler. Visit any of the Legends of the Field's 3 convenient locations for their summer anniversary sales event with items up to 80% off. Go to legendsofthefield.com for more information. A big statement series for the Brew Crew this weekend. A 3-game sweep of the Dodgers wrapping up in Sunday's game with a 7-2 victory against LA. It's the first time the Dodgers have been swept all year. Number 15 in the win column for Willie Peralta. He's tied for the most in the major leagues. The Brewers improved to 70-55, tied with the Dodgers for the most wins in the NL.
Reminder, they did not make the playoffs that year.
God.
Just a reminder. 70-55 sweeping the Dodgers. Willie Peralta had 15 wins. They did not.
What was their record again? 70-55?
Yeah. Thoughts so far? I sound younger. Yeah.
You sound very young. Yeah.
You
sound a little nervous.
Oh, it was my first week on the Fan.
Were you nervous? You've been on TV. How can you be nervous doing that?
Hey, nobody gave me a shout out, by the way. I was on Channel 12 again yesterday.
For what?
They wanted to talk about Aaron Rodgers, so I didn't do.
I didn't. I wasn't here.
My guy Nick Bohr reached out. All right, here's more.
Okay.
Central standings after yesterday's action. The Brewers have a 3-game lead over the Cardinals, a 5.5-game lead over the Pirates. The Pirates host Atlanta tonight. The Cardinals welcome in the Reds. The Crews got the day off today. 2 games with the Blue Jays at Miller Park starting tomorrow, and then a weekend set against Pittsburgh. The Packers have completed week 2 of the preseason, topping the Rams 21-7. Practice today was moved indoors due to rainstorms in Green Bay. Stay tuned to Sports Radio 1250 WSSP for more updates from training camp throughout the afternoon. Meanwhile, Chiefs running back Jamal Charles bruising his foot while moving out of a dorm room. X-rays negative, but he's listed as day-to-day. The Badgers ranked 14th in the first college football AP preseason poll of the season. Read more online at sportsradio1250.com. This update brought to you by the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway in Union Grove, who are proud to present Brewers All-Star catcher Jonathan Lucroy this Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the BBC Club on the corner of Farwell and North Avenue on Milwaukee's East Side. Get your picture taken with Jonathan and get an autographed portrait. Weather today, some storms in the area, high of 71. I'm Bart Winkler for Sports Radio 1250 WSSP, streaming live, sportsradio1250.com.
We used to have to do the weather.
The only thing missing was the traffic report, too.
Shit.
That's great. The weather.
BBC Club.
I remember that. Now a brewery.
What is it? When did that shut down?
A couple years ago. Hacienda Brewing, I believe, now.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff, Bart. That's a good find. I like that.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Throwback Thursday. You should do that every Thursday when you're live.
Find a throwback clip?
Yeah.
I got a lot of throwback clips.
That's good. That's good shit, Bart. That's good stuff.
Since we're on the topic and I don't have much Bucks to say, should I do one more?
Not only did you find one clip of your updates, you found all of your updates.
I'll ask the audience. I have a sound file here titled Chuck Freeman Wraps Mattress Firm 3 Minutes. Does anyone want to hear that?
Oh, Chuck DM'd me last night. We were talking for a quick minute.
Chuck's a big fan of yours.
He loved that I was in my car. He said that was hilarious.
Yeah, I talk to Chuck all the time. He says you're the perfect guy for whatever you are.
Oh, only
right.
we were still at the radio station.
Chuck Wraps Mattress Firm 3 Minutes.
Oh, you're gonna play it.
Well, what else am I gonna do?
I don't know.
I can't talk about the Bucks. They're good, so there's nothing to talk about. I heard that on the radio, actually.
Oh God, someone said that.
I actually think there's a lot to talk about the Bucks, but I think we've kind of covered a lot of it.
No, it's time to get to the playoffs now.
Oh, that's very apparent. All right, let me play this Chuck thing, and then.
All right, let's hear it.
Go Jabari, I love the Bucks when you're not there.
Oh, that
they
guy's
kind of suck.
Now, what would be really bad?
Even though you can't play D, I hope you recover soon.
That would be really bad if that guy was north of Highway 10. Probably is.
Oh yeah, go Bucks there, eh?
Yeah.
You can do it every day. So, any rap you want to lay down, Chuck? I'll give you the beat.
Me, I no. I would be about as wet as that guy right there.
Actually, let me, if I can try.
I'd be as uncool as that guy.
No. I don't. Give yourself a little credit.
She's gonna go when they're actually going to see, oh my gosh, you don't have to give me that for Valentine's Day. Hey, guys, never fall for that one because you got to get her something for Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, Freems.
Yeah, well, my message there is when a woman ever says, oh, you don't have to get her anything for her birthday or whatever, don't ever fall for that.
It's Chuck and Winkler.
I don't think any guy ever does either.
Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan. We'll talk to John Crispin, Big Ten Network, coming up.
Love you, man.
Chuck and Winkler here on The Fan.
President's Day sale going on right now.
Wrap this.
I'm not talented enough to do that.
There's a mattress firm and adjustable base. You put a smile on your face.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You can come in here and do this. Nobody sells for less. Nobody during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Queen mattress sets starting as low as $179.99. Save up to $5 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable bases. How about that? Freeman's doing a little rapping. I have an adjustable base, and I love it. You know what you're missing with this adjustable base, player. See, player is about as rapper as I get.
Do you want the music again?
No, wait, keep going. With a touch of a button, you can prop yourself up in bed, read, watch TV, work in your laptop in total comfort, just like Freems. How about that? From bedtime tips to promotions, Mattress Firm has the 411 on all your sleep needs. How about this, player? No interest financing for 72 months and free delivery now through Monday. Call 1-866-780-6220 for credit costs and terms subject to credit approval. Mattress Day, President's Day sale. Be there or be square. How about there we go?
So mad at him for doing it.
That is
All right, there we
great.
go.
I'm
There we
gonna have to shoot him a message after this and tell him his.
Can I tell you what my favorite trio is on this show?
What is it? You, me, and Bathtub Matt.
No, I say it's my favorite trio because as the fan was limping to the finish line, you two are my guys, and the first episode
Toby.
of the Bart Winkler podcast was you, me, and Toby, and he's somewhere down there.
Oh, Toby.
Yeah, I
He's
figure,
gaming.
I figure if you guys are playing Chuck Freeman things, I can play Call of Duty and hop one.
Yeah, we don't care. God, I miss Freems. What's up, Toby?
Not much. How y'all doing?
Good. What's up?
Oh, nothing much. Just bumming around.
Yeah, how much you working?
Whenever I get a chance to, you know.
You had Bukowski on the other day.
I did.
What'd he say?
He was just telling
How many
me
tweets did he fire off mid your interview?
I did tell the guy that because they're like, yeah, I don't know this guy. The guy hosts Locked On Nationals, so they're somewhat of a brotherhood, I guess. And I was like, I bet you this dude's already tweeted 25 times today. He was at 15 at 2:00, so Eastern, 1:00 your time. So
There's not one if you're in sports radio, there's not one topic that Peter Bukowski hasn't broached. So use him if you're ever looking for a topic. He's covers everything.
yeah, literally everything. So figured I could get his thoughts on Rodgers, get his thoughts on Lamar Jackson. You know, at some point, I'm making my way through all the Milwaukee people. At some point, I got to get old GE on, but I mean, I got to get Tim Shea on too, and be like, what are the qualifications for this guy? I say none,
Wow.
none whatsoever.
Thank you.
Do you
God.
Oh, Toby, I brought you up yesterday because Brandon, who lives in Shorewood, is down in Texas for a few weeks, and the Conference USA tournament's there.
Heck yeah, at the Star.
He tried to get credentialed for the show, but instead of sending an email, he just walked up to the ticket gate 2 days ago and said, "Can I get credentialed for the Bart Winkler show?"
Hey, when the Brewers are in town for the Nats, assuming I can't get a press pass with the radio station out here, Bart Winkler show needs to cover the Brewers and Nats, right?
Can you think of a reason to come on with me Sunday on CBS? Or do you not want to?
Talk about
I'll be on Saturdays. I'll be on Fridays. But next time I'm on, I want you on.
XFL.
Yeah, talk about XFL with me.
We can talk about the XFL.
Our defenders are 3-0, bitch.
That's right, dude. Best team in the or XFL. Sorry.
USFL is starting too. You don't.
No,
We don't care about that anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't. New Orleans isn't your team.
Go Blue Wave. Well,
I mean, that's still our team,
Bart
but
and I would cheer for the Breakers of New Orleans if they actually played in New Orleans.
yeah, they don't.
That's so lame.
So, I want to ask you about Rodgers, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the big thing now is what's the trade compensation going to be? And honestly, the getting rid of him is the trade compensation to me. We could get an 8th round pick back. I don't give a shit.
I have no idea what the compensation is going to look like. It still kind of baffles me that he's probably not going to be a Packer because all along I just thought it was going to be the same old stuff and he'd end up back in Green Bay, but doesn't sound like that's going to be the case. I don't know a couple picks? Like, I guess there's players involved. Maybe Savage is going. I don't know. It's like,
well, I don't know. Now they're talking. What's going to be dumb is it's going to be like imagine if Favre went to the Jets 15 years ago, guys, and it was like, oh, Bubba Franks joined him also, and so did Craig Newsome. It'd be like so stupid. But Rodgers, I just wonder what they talked about. Like they didn't fly all that way. And my big hot take this week, Toby, is that Rodgers hates the environment for making them fly out for what could have been a Zoom. Waste of gas. I don't know. I don't like the compensate. Like it's got to be good so that Goody doesn't look like a loser and that he doesn't get fleeced in the future. But the compensation is moving on, having the freedom, having cap space, having your coach be able to run his offense without the quarterback bitching about it 4 years later that he felt like a game manager in week 5 once.
yeah, it's just a weird situation because you're looking at it and like, I know last year we talked about all off season, like should he return, should he not? And it's like, well, if you're going to get to this point after 1 year of a new deal, why the heck didn't you just pull the plug last year?
I know. Well, because Goody's been too scared.
Well, like, I don't know that, like, you'd seen 2 years of Jordan Love where you just, like, this season, like, there was a revelation, like, oh, this guy can actually play now? Or was it, I don't know. Because it's like, Rodgers was bad last year. There's no doubt about it. But was he, like, bad enough that you just feel like, oh, we cannot go anywhere with this guy? I think at points you saw the offense be okay, so it's just weird. It's just an odd spot.
Tim LaCroix wants to know why your couch is in front of a door.
It's a closet.
Oh. Well, what's going on in DC? Like, how much are you on for real?
I usually host a couple times a week or so.
I was gonna say
an overtime show.
I feel like you're on a lot. I see those tweets.
Yeah, I mean, I get a decent bit. It's a lot of fun talking about teams I care about. And then last time I hosted the other day, I didn't even talk about Washington. All I talked about was Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers. Freaking like TMZ gossip hour with quarterbacks.
Well, if the Jets are going to go this hard on Rodgers, why don't they just get Lamar?
I have no idea. What are your thoughts on Lamar? Is it collusion? I don't think it is. I think the way I laid it out is like, the Ravens basically made it so that other people could do their job for him, and all the other owners and GMs are like, why would I waste my time doing your job for you? Figure it out yourself.
Well, it's not like official collusion. Like the 31 guys aren't texting each other and saying, but everyone is pissed about what happened with the Browns. And of all the quarterbacks to get guaranteed money, it's Deshaun. Lamar, they're going to tell you injury history, but Toby, here's something you could do for your show. I said there are only 7 teams with franchise quarterbacks.
Buffalo, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Chargers. Is there anyone in the NFC?
Hurts.
Okay, Jalen Hurts. Who else in the AFC?
You're missing Mahomes.
I thought he said that.
Oh. Lamar. I said Lamar.
Okay.
And I said Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And by that, I mean None of those teams, if they were offered a quarterback from one of those other teams, would say yes.
Yeah.
Except for Mahomes.
Yeah.
But the Jaguars would not trade Trevor Lawrence for Burrow or Hurts.
But you don't mean don't you mean 8 because Chicago has the number 1 pick and they're not gonna take quarterback, so they must have their franchise guy.
I put them in the next category of
idiot
potential. Do you think they should draft young?
Yes.
No, CJ Stroud.
Okay, you know who should draft him is the fucking Seahawks. I don't know why they're paying Geno. They lucked into number 5. It's a freebie. And they're going to pay Geno for what? 2 years. Then they're going to get rid of him. Then they're going to draft 19, need a quarterback. If you're the Seahawks, you have to take a quarterback. You have to. I don't get it.
Yeah, who's going to be foolish enough to take not Will Levis? Well, he's going to be terrible too, but who's going to be foolish enough to take Richardson in the top 10?
Oh, you know who? The Raiders.
Dude, he has Carolina Panthers written all over him to me.
Well, he's the next Cam. He said he's Cam.
Yeah, well.
Or the Colts, I could see.
The Colts, I think, should go after CJ Stroud. I'm big on Stroud in this draft.
Me too. I'm still big on Fields, though.
I'm big on Fields in the right situation, but he's not better than Young or Stroud. So I would take.
So I'm also big on Daniel Jones, and I'd like to say I'm right about Daniel Jones, but I never thought Daniel Jones would be a $40 million quarterback. I thought he was good enough to get a 5th-year option. I didn't think he'd be a $40 million quarterback.
That was the best news to happen in DC this last week. $40 million to Daniel Jones.
Well, hey, one thing, you know what? This was going to be the first thing I mentioned. I didn't mention it yet today, but how do you guys like your bios on the new website? BartWinklerShow.com is live.
I love it.
WinklerShow.com is live.
I do put in more work. It is the NFL off season, so I'm not watching NFL Game Pass while trying to do my job, so I'm not studying all 22 film of some random game 3 years ago while producing a show and supposedly screening callers.
So when I had here you go, BartWinklerShow.com. It's live. It's just like a one-stop shop for the podcast and video. And I'm going to maybe do a blog once every 9 weeks. And you can get the sponsor link. So
do I need to write for the website?
If you want to.
You can put a long, lengthy Substack article about live golf and the PGA Tour on there.
You wrote one?
I did.
I'll put it up.
The PGA Tour is like acting like live now with their changes coming next year.
This no cut thing is bullshit.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Dude.
All they were doing was like, oh, we have the legacy and we have tough fields and you actually have to make the cut. And then 2 years later, they're like, by the way, you know how Live made limited field, no cut events? We're doing the same thing for our rich guys. Like, and Rory acts like he's a gatekeeper of all morality. And then he's like, yeah, we also got to think Live for this because if this didn't happen, then we probably wouldn't have any of these changes. Like,
side note, I'm doing DraftKings has this Rainmakers where you can buy it. You have to buy like NFTs of cards, and then you can play those guys in your lineups. I spent way too much on it, and I'm getting waxed. So I hate golf right now.
We're recording Thursday night. This is awesome because you bring up DraftKings. Well, I'm going to go with the other one, FanDuel. They had a promotion that you get a 25% profit boost if someone made a hole-in-one at the Players, and you could bet yes or no, whether it would happen. So I was like, screw it, I'll go with yes. Second group of the day on the Players on 17, dude made a hole-in-one.
I didn't think you were a gambler, Toby.
Well, I'm not really, but
I was in a FanDuel sports book last night.
Yeah, Tim was at United Center in Chicago. He went down to the Badgers to stay the whole weekend. Came back in one night.
One night.
Do you understand?
Did you prepay that? How did you do your hotel? Did you like?
I got everything back.
So, but did you say like I'm gonna?
Cancel. I got the cancellations.
Okay.
Before
this is why you should be a Marquette fan.
No. But I did hit up the instead of I walked around right at the start of the second game because no one wants to watch Minnesota Nebraska, and I ran into a sports book and pretty much sat there that entire game.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
What were you saying, Toby? I cut you off.
No, there's you can come out this way, Tim. There's a sports book attached to Nats Park. There's a sports book attached to Capital One Arena.
Yeah, it's legal out there. All legal, isn't it?
I went.
Oh, you were at Wizards Bucks.
Yeah, I went and saw the Bucks.
Did you stay for when Giannis tried that rebound?
Heck yeah, I don't leave early.
Did you notice it? Did you see it?
I did. I was like, he's not going down here to shoot the ball, right? Because that would be kind of douchey. And then he throws the ball off like the bottom of the backboard. I'm like, why is he doing that? I looked up and he had 9 rebounds. I was like, you sneaky little dude.
Then they took it away.
But I mean, I texted this to you, Bart. Like all the little kids in the section are like, "Oh my gosh, it's Giannis." One kid's like, "I can actually say I'm in the same room as Giannis." So it's a cool time to be a Milwaukee fan, where you got a guy like that everyone packs an opposing arena to see.
That's how Tim felt when he was in the studio with me.
And
no,
yeah.
when Tim, here's the thing about doing shows with you guys. When Tim was in the studio with me, he could like go get Wendy's. He could be late. He could talk to me. Nobody bothered him. But when Toby was in, he had to be the engineer. People were coming at him to do other shit. He had to cut shit for other shows. It's like Toby was there, but not working on my show. And none of the other shows wanted anything to do with Tim.
Wow.
That's just what happened. That's the difference.
He's not wrong. Like Sparky'd come in and be like, "Hey, Rogers is talking at 9. Listen to the whole interview and make cuts." I'm like,
transcribe it.
I'm trying to work with Bart here.
I never once had anyone come in. It was like 4 hours of just pure quietness.
I was working with Ryan Clary. What was that? Yesterday? 2 days ago? I don't know. But I was showing him all the Scrub-A-Dub songs.
Oh God!
He said, I like this Tim Shea guy.
Yeah.
I showed him and I was like, he's like, I like this guy already.
Well, when Tim did his Scrub-A-Dub song, I knew that like, all right, this is a guy I can just shit all over and he will not care.
I also showed him a little bit of a evil Mark Murphy bit.
I did that this week.
Yeah.
Without you.
That's sad.
Yeah.
So
you're at your new girlfriend's house showing everybody pictures of your old girlfriend, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Let me mention too the website that's up, sunant.com. Sunant Interactive. Sun, S-U-N, Ant, A-N-T. These guys are out in Brookfield. They put it all together. And I can edit it if I need to. I had a lot of spelling errors on there and grammar errors. That was my mistake as it was a test to see who was actually reading stuff. So thank you, everybody that noticed. They should be all fixed.
Yeah. I was recently carjacked.
I put that on there, didn't I?
I know, yeah.
Are you Brick from West Dallas?
I'm not.
Oh, yeah, he was mentioning something.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I did that. I did that for people.
Come to DC. There's plenty of carjackings down here.
Oh, I was afraid of my car in Chicago for a night. Shit.
I'm scared every time I have to park my car in DC.
I hope they have a lot for you.
I worry about don't get this twisted. I worry about my car in Shorewood. No, let me tell you this. Let me tell you. In the last 2 years, because I park in my driveway.
Yeah.
There's been 3 times where my car's been rifled through. Head to toe. Every compartment's open. Shit's all over the place. And you know what they ended up stealing?
Nothing.
Yep. What are they looking for? A gun?
Yep.
Dawson says Shorewood is easy. Dawson, stay off my block.
Shorewood is
easy.
never mind. Never mind.
Huh?
Shorewood is one word.
Shorewood is easy. Well, that's where I live, Dawson. I told you that I live in Dawson. Earlier, this guy goes, Bart, come down to Milwaukee for Summerfest. You can crash at my place. Dawson, I'm here.
He's closer to Summerfest than you are.
Hey, it's a long drive, man.
Oh, Bodie says I'm a NIMBY. No, I am not. I am a YIMBY. Build, baby, build. And take down these highways.
Whatever
Build,
happened,
baby, build.
Whatever happened to that like highways account on Twitter?
Ike Highways? I don't know. The person that was doing it for a weekend must have lost his password. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Appreciate it, Grant.
No, Ike Highways is me. Oh, great. Yeah. No, I mean, Ike Highways, I don't know. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. Toby, good to see you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Thanks for jumping on.
Bye, Toby.
I'll be back in Wisconsin at some point this summer. I'll hit you boys up.
Thanks for the text, too, this morning. If you know, you know.
What?
The text message you sent this morning. Thanks. You already forgot.
I texted someone?
Yes. You texted Sam and me.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
Bodie wants to know, have we talked about Aaron Jones begging Rodgers to return to the team? He was put on the spot on a TV show. Not one other player has said they want Rodgers back. So
Every time, okay, I probably shouldn't say it just in case we try to have these people on, but every time I turn on Good Morning Football now, I realize it's a mistake to watch Good Morning Football.
yeah, show sucks. I'm glad I can stop pretend liking Kyle Brandt.
Well, my favorite thing to do outside of watching all 22 film while the show was going on was to turn on a talk show and have it muted for the entire show. And that was Good Morning Football.
Dude, I think you have a shot with Kay Adams.
I don't know.
You kind of look like you could be Sham's cousin.
No, me and Sean, he's got much more Riz than I got.
Yeah, but you could be his cousin.
You might dig yourself a hole if we go down this one too far apart.
All right, I'm out. Good to see you, dudes.
All right, see y'all.
Good to see all y'all. I guess this is our Friday show, huh? Shit. So I don't think I'm going to do anything after Bucks Warriors. There's a slight chance I do. I'm going to be watching my kid. Well, I'm a dad, so I always watch my kid, but my wife's having like a college reunion night at our house. So I got to like be dad. And this motherfucker, oh, we crossed the zone tonight. We crossed the zone. He's 3.5. Okay. We put him to bed. He's in a crib that's a bed. So he can get out. He does great. Tonight, we're watching TV downstairs. Daddy. I go up. He's in his bed. Why doesn't mommy's car have snow on it? Mommy's car's in the garage. Oh, okay. Daddy, what? Something stupid. Last time he goes, Daddy, come up here. Oh, one time his finger smelled like poop because he was scratching his butt. So we had to wash his hands. And then he goes, Daddy, I can't sleep. So I go upstairs. He's out of his bed. He's got his blanket on the stairs like he's Kevin McAllister in Home Alone ready to sled down the stairs. So we crossed the zone tonight that I'm not ready for. And I'm like, whoa. Shit. This is bad.
Getting wild in the Winkler house.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that I threw my kid under the bus, I am going to go.
All right, see ya.
I'll take Carl's Place voicemails over the weekend. I did try to promote Carl's Place. Josh Hart tweeted, "Where can I find a golf simulator?" And I tweeted under it. You got to tweet under it, not quote tweet, under it for views. I said, go to carlofet.com/Bart. I got the most hits on that link that I've ever gotten. Thanks to Josh Hart. Nobody bought one yet, though, but. All right. And with that, I'll talk to you Monday.
Go Brewers.
Thanks, Toby. We're still online.
No
Hi,
problem.
everyone. Having trouble connecting. Please check your internet connection.
Hit end again.
All right. So the internet won't let me end this.
Well, 24.